Listen. Listen. Here it comes.
This is in-depth study of the Christ, the propitiation, the begotten Son, the law, the judge, the ruler, the standard, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, the one, the true Jesus Christ.
The atonement.
Here on Understanding the Bible Radio, on Screen Study, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, on Screen Undeniable Facts of Scripture.
That is right. Understanding the Bible Radio. That's right. Live on screen, showing it to you. You can see it and hear it live. Undeniable Facts of Scripture. Seeing Joseph getting sold off by his brothers. Man, you got to be careful about that family, boy. You got to be careful. Got to be careful, because they can get you. They can get you. They'll throw you in a pit. Nobody wants to liken that to themselves, do they? Throw you in a pit. Hey. So anyway, Rissa stopped by. Rissa, hit that like button. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. Remember, no tithing, no seed sowing, no products sold here, period. No cash apps, none of that. No, none of that. So don't accept any requests from me or anyone else that's proposing to be me or Understanding the Bible Radio. We don't do that here, period. Hit the like button. Want to thank you guys for stopping in and joining us. We're going into Genesis 38. 38, we see Joseph is sold into Egypt by his brothers. No, well, not by his brothers. They threw him in a pit, okay? Then they, some Ishmaelites came up, and they took him and they got him out the pit, took him and gave him to them, and whatever have you. And then the Ishmaelites sold him into slavery into Egypt because they were on their way there to barter. Basically, bottom line, Jacob is fully depressed, can't get over it, totally ready to die. He's upset about his son. He loved this son more than any others. Thank you for the like, Rissa. I appreciate you. Gwendolyn, can you hit your like button for me, please? Gwendolyn, please. Gwendolyn, don't give me no likes. She don't like. She just do the study. Okay. All right. I hear you. No problem. No problem. Let's see. What else? We got that. Helena's on the line. Let me see. Let me get Helena here. I'm sorry. I didn't unmute Helena. Did I? You're there, Helena. You're there. All right. So we're getting it done. We're getting it done. We're going into 38. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got. We're at blueletterbible.org where you can see the free definition. See it for free in your own study time. Do your study. Be diligent. Be diligent. Okay. So let's see here. Genesis 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adullamite, I want to say, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. She's a Gentile. Wait a minute. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called her name I should say. And she conceived again. He got another one. All right. And bare a son. And she called his name Onan. And she yet again, another one. She get and then bare another. He is doing the thing, ain't he? Bare a son and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord. Ooh. And the Lord slew him. Oh my goodness. Wow. And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed unto thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. Oh. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. And then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house, and in process of time the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted. Okay, I'm sorry. And went up to his sheep herders to Timnath, he and his friend Hira the Adulamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath, for she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way, and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? Ooh. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. Oh. And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adulamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, let her take it to her. Let her take it to her, lest we be ashamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. Wow. Oh my gosh. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are, I am with child. And she said, discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet, the bracelet, and staff? And Judah acknowledged them and said, she hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son, and he knew her again no more. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins, another set of twins here, in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first. 1 second. 1 moment. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that, behold, his brother came out. And she said, how hast thou broken forth this breach upon thee? Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zara or Zerah. Helena, what do you have on this? Anything at all? If you're there.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Wasn't it?
So in those days, they had to, like, she was a grown woman waiting for this child to grow up to be an adult. Like, that sounds weird.
Yes, I know. But that's the way they did it. I mean, when the husband dies, the brother go in. So that's you know, that we seeing it right there. And then he died. The Lord slayed him, you know, because his wickedness is wicked. And so he said,
wait a
just
minute.
wait.
So he did what was the reason? He said he knew that he couldn't bear her. What was that? Because he put it on the ground or something?
No. He didn't knew he couldn't bear anything. Hold on. So you gotta be watching. Look, spill. Look.
I didn't.
Now,
I wasn't watching now.
Here, you should have been checking it out, being honest. Look, she conceived and bare a son. Okay, and his name is Shelah. And was it okay? And Judah took a wife for okay, his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked. Okay, was his firstborn. He was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. Mm-hmm. He took him. And Judah said unto Onan, go into thy brother's wife, which is Tamar. Okay, brother is That's his brother. But the Lord slew him. He says, now look, go into the brother's wife and marry her and raise up seed to thy brother. Okay. Onan, with his idiot butt, knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass he went...
That part, I don't understand that part. He knew that the seed should not be his?
Yes. And it came to pass when he went into his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. Yes.
So he did that all because it was going to be known as his brother's seed and not his? Is that what you're saying?
No. He knew that.
Okay, explain.
Okay, they understand. They have this understanding already. If my brother dies, I'm to take my brother's wife and bring up children, because we're doing this multiply and replenish, be fruitful thing from our Lord God that we worship. We're supposed to be replenishing and multiplying. This is a very important thing for them back then. Okay, not to us now in this age. So he's saying, listen, you go in unto your brother's wife because the Lord slew him. All right. And Onan knew that the seed, he didn't want to give it. In other words, he just didn't want to do that. He didn't want to give the seed. He didn't want to do it because it's right there. It's showing, because he spills it on the ground. He withdraws. He pulls out. Now his father done told him, go give her seed. Right? Do you see that? So evidently, doesn't give her seed. He didn't give her none. Right? So she's got no child at all, as you can see.
And then the brother turned around and didn't give her none.
And the brother disobeyed his father. And the father is acting on what the Lord wants done. I want you to be fruitful and multiply.
So the father was supposed to give this child when he grew up to her, but he didn't. So she, dressed as a harlot to get him. So
hold on. The father is Judah. So say the name so I can understand who you're talking about.
Judah.
Right. So Judah is their father. Right. Onan and okay? So he gets a wife for them, Tamar, so they can have kids. Okay? So gets killed. Onan tells him, he tells Onan, his other son, listen, man, Go into your brother so we can have, we can grow. We can multiply. Do that. But he goes into her now. He don't make no problem with Judah here in the scripture now. He may have in real life, we don't know. He don't say nothing, hey, look, Dad, look, I don't want to do that. He don't say nothing like that. He just goes in, handles his business, but he pulls out and spills the seed on the ground. He disobeyed.
So I guess that was more wicked.
The instruction is coming from the Lord down to man. Man is telling his son, go into your brother's wife to do this thing. This is what we're supposed to do to multiply. Really, that's what he's disobeying the Lord, really. The father is telling him and teaching. He already knows this. He's old as a grown man. So the thing which he did displeased the Lord. Look, wherefore he also slew him. So, man. Now your brother got killed by the Lord, slayed by the Lord, and you gonna go do this, and now you get slayed. I mean, that should show you something there. I don't want him to slay me.
So
Let me go.
But he's two of them. Two of his kids got slayed.
Right. Both sons there. So Tamar, Judah saying, listen, wait for my other son to grow up. He not grown yet. Wait till he should be grown. It doesn't say what his age is. I don't think. Lest peradventure die also. All right. For he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. Because evidently I got some badass little boys. In other words, I got some bad, wicked little kids. Okay? Badass boys. To the Lord. Okay? So just wait till my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. Unless he dies or whatever, just wait till he's grown. And Tamar went and dwelt in the father's house. She's a widow now of that family. For your son dying. Okay? So it wasn't just, well, I'm gonna go out here and find me another husband. That's not the way it works with the people here of the Lord's people. Mm-hmm. Okay? So there you go. So in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. Okay? And Judah was comforted and went up unto his sheep herders to Timnath, he and his friend Hira and Adulamite. And it was told to Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth unto Timnah to shear sheep. So she done conceived in her head, I'm gonna get me some seed. I'm gonna get me some man seed. I'm gonna get me some good stuff. All right, I need baby, and I need man seed to do this. So she conspires here, looking like, disguising herself, looking like a harlot, whatever. I know he ain't got nobody because his wife died. See, Shua's wife has died. The daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. So he ain't got nobody. Okay? So he probably gonna, let me try to tempt him. He probably gonna look and see maybe something along the way. I don't know. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just saying. But I'm going to, try to attract him to get his seed. That is her thing, to try to reproduce here. That's what she's trying to do. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to do that because back then women were Rachel, was it Rachel that told Jacob, give me a child lest I die? She's like serious. She like arguing, bucking up with him.
Yeah, it was Rachel because Rachel was barren.
And she had sons, but then they stopped having kids. They stopped having kids. So she come up to him and grabbing him, not grabbing, but coming up against him. He got angry. She's like, give me another child lest I die. This was a serious deal with women, So, so she conspires to do this thing. So that's what this is really. It's really about Onan not obeying. That's really what it's about. He did not want to obey. Now you want to have the pleasure, but you don't want to give her a child like you're supposed to, like your father instructed you to do. You see, wicked. Oh, okay, killed him. So that's what's going on there. That's what's happening there. He didn't want to give her the seed. He intended not to. I know it's confusing because of the way that King James, and I'm noticing too that King James tells it can tell an end result before it gives you the details of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she was smart enough to ask for a pledge. I know that because they sure enough was trying to burn her up.
Well,
there.
from him, yeah. Because no, she did that because think about it. She's widowed, okay? She's not laying with anybody else. So if she's going to do this with Judah, she's saying, okay, I'm in his house. When I get, when I start showing with pregnancy, showing I'm with child, he's going to wonder who his child is this. They may kill me. Okay, because I'm not married to anybody. No one is. I'm supposed to be waiting for his son to grow up so I can be his son's wife. You see? So I got to do something to protect that too and the birth of the baby. See, because if I don't, he gon', and I tell him, well, listen, I dressed up as a harlot and you came along the way and I was the one that laid with you. Well, proof of that is I got your stuff that you gave me as a pledge. Remember that? Look, that's what she did that. She was smart about it because she didn't want to get killed and slain, okay? And she didn't want nobody else in the village or the town to slay her either and their people, okay? So he's got to protect that. Mm-hmm. Now he's got to protect her. So, yeah. So you can see that there. But that's what I see that why she did that, because then she goes right back to where she was, right back to his house, and then 3 months later, you see what I'm saying? And he want to know, who was you laying with? Who did you lay? Hey, give him this. Just give him this. And she gave it to him by a servant or whatever, so he knows what happened. He knows what that is now. So now, I would say in 39, which we're going to have to get into tomorrow, is, is what we're going to see what happens there. But as you can see, she got the protection there, but she got that seed. She wanted to get it going.
They were serious about multiplying, I tell you that.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That was a serious deal. That was more serious than how we go with more serious than how most of these religious fanatics go with all the stuff that they go with. This is a serious deal.
They trying to pass abortion rights.
Oh, they've been doing that. They're going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to do that. So there you go. There you go. Anything else in this that you're wondering about? I wonder why his sons were so wicked, though. I mean, gosh, Lee. It didn't even say what Er did.
Yeah.
It said he was wicked. And the Lord slew him.
It just said he was wicked before the Lord, and the Lord struck him down.
And it's also good to see that the Lord is looking at your children, too, is looking at them and examining them, That's a good thing, too.
I might look that up. I might look it up.
Look what up? Oh, Er, I can look it up now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Strong's 86147. Er.
Awake. All right. The eldest son of Judah. All right. Son of Shelah. The grandson and grandson of Judah. So there's another heir coming because we haven't got to the grandson. This is the eldest son we're talking about right here. And that's it in the lexicon. Nothing else. Watchful. Er, name of the two Israelites. Right. But there it is. Watcher. Er, son of Judah. Genesis 38, where we are. Then we're going to talk about another one in 46 when we get there. All right. First Chronicles 4 is another one coming. Nope. He was wicked. Ain't that enough? God slew him. God got him out of there.
Yeah. He ain't lived long enough for you to know too much about him.
Yeah. He wasn't. I mean, that's enough. The Lord got rid of him. So wow. That's a serious deal. So, yeah. There you go. Rissa, I want to thank you for stopping in. Gwendolyn, I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Please just hit the like button. That's all I need. I don't need nothing else. Just hit that like button one time, and we're good to go. So tomorrow we go on with Genesis 39. We start there, going all the way again to 7 o'clock. Or we'll do it. You want to do it? Well, we'll do it Tuesday. We'll do it Tuesday. I know you got some things to do. And thank you, Miss Henderson. Thank you, Miss Henderson, for stopping by. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're seeing all the details showing it. I know it gets tedious sometimes, naming all these generations and things like that, but we got to do that to see how everything is set up and what's going on, who did what, who identifies, how it identifies, and we get to see what's going on in Genesis. Now, don't forget the other books are there. We got Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. They're completed. They're in the playlist on the Understanding the Bible Radio on the YouTube. They're also listed here on my Facebook. As you scroll down, you will be able to see them, and you can go through and see them right on the screen. For diligent studiers, people that really want to know, don't leave it up to somebody else to come and tell you and you not check it out. You can check it out right here, Understand the Bible Radio, just to let you know. So we're going to do that. Now, after we get Genesis out of the way, now Genesis got 50 or 60 chapters, so we got some time before we get to the next. We're going to do Joshua to see what happened after they went over into the land, the promised land. We'll do Joshua. Then after that, I'm thinking about the book of Revelation. Everybody wants to hear about that because we gravitate to all this destruction and all at the end, and everybody loves that kind of stuff. I don't know why, but they do. I don't know, just the carnal side of us, I guess. But I'm looking at it starting that book of Revelation after the book of Joshua. Okay, so we got one book plus some to go before we get to the book of Revelation. Yeah, so I'll be doing that too. So I'm looking to get it done, live study, unrehearsed, and I hope you guys will be stopping in and enjoying it. You guys can share it at any time. Totally up to you. It's totally free. Okay. Thanks. I want to see you again tomorrow. Let me know if you need something. Send a message, comment. Let me know if you need to know anything, whatever. I'll let you know what I've seen, and hopefully it'll help you. So we'll see you then. I want to thank you for choosing Understanding the Bible Radio.
Please allow us to extend our deepest thanks, our humblest appreciation, our greatest gratitude for your fellowship here with us, sharing the letter of the gospel, the ancient definitions of Scripture. This is Understanding the Bible.